On earth, only few people will be outstanding. In any industry you belong to, you take the leadership, others follow. And I pray you be among that few in Jesus' name. Jesus died for all, but few are following. It's always about the few. Look at Deuteronomy 28, verse 13. Deuteronomy 28, verse 13. And the Lord shall make thee the head, say better amen, and not the tail. Thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. So there are people that are head, and there are people that are tail. There are people that are ahead, and there are people that are following behind. What's the secret of being the head? Verse 1. Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. Verse 1. And it shall come to pass. Note that was the word that changed my life when I was in ABSU. Final year, God said to me, it shall come to pass. Whatever God is telling you shall come to pass. But there is a caveat. If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the Lord, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Believe the Bible. It shall come to pass that from Owerri, people from US can come and be learning from you. Those were things our covenant fathers saw. Africa was in the dark. Chopede will say, God told him, diligently hearken, I will set you above all nations of the earth. And today, that word God said to him has come to pass. Winners Chapel is almost in every nation of the earth. That's one of the wealthiest churches in the world. In Africa, when God was saying that, it couldn't have made sense to them. The biggest conference in Nigeria then had only 1,000 persons in attendance. That's the largest conference ever. There are things God is saying to you now that looks like an impossibility. But it shall come to pass. It shall come to pass. The secret is simple. If you diligently hearken. Thank you, Father. In life, few people succeed. To be deliberate to be among the few. Few people succeed. Few people make impact. Few people lead. You go to a stadium, Old Trafford, Bernabeu, have over 90,000 seats. 90,000 people sit down to watch 22 players. It's always about the few. May you be among the few. May I be among the few. Multitude don't get to the top. Multitude don't get to the top. So don't be among the multitude. They don't succeed. Multitudes don't succeed. So why do you want to be among them? For example, now you see everybody is doing POS. Can't be a billionaire from POS. Whatever you see multitudes do, step out from it. Everybody is doing hookup. Don't be there. Don't be there. What? Let me show you a scripture. Exodus 23, verse 2. Or let's, before Exodus, read Matthew 22, 14. If you have ERV, that will be fine for me. Easy to read version. ERV. If you don't have it, you can put New King James. you have ERV, that will be fine. If you don't have it, put New King James. Let's read. Can we read? Want to go? Amplified Classic. Now personalize it. This one say you shall not. Say I shall not. So personalize it. Verse 2. Verse 2 amplified. Want to do? To side with who? The multitude. You shall not follow the crowd. You shall not follow the multitude. If you are crowd person, you have already missed out. It simply means there is a way the multitude think. Don't think like that. When God put what we are seeing now as true light in my heart, I took time to listen to some strange men. I read Bishop Oyedepo's book like someone that lost something, and it's what you are looking for is inside that book. Exploits in ministry. Just dawned on me that it can work anywhere. There is no difficult land. It's the mentality of the people. 12 men went to spy a land. 10 said we are not able. And the challenge is that the 12 of them were elders of the people. Leaders of the people. 10 said we are not able. 2 said we are well able. How you see the land. Ministry don't work in Owerri. It will not work for you. That's what the multitude say. Owerri is strong, Owerri is strong, Owerri is strong. There is no city that is strong. How the people see it. Don't think like the multitude. Don't dress like the multitude. Don't talk like whatever you see multitude do. I was using how to talk to my wife about. If you see, I was asking on our page. If you see recent hairstyle of ladies now, he's attached, almost reaching here. I said, is he free? Everybody's not doing, they are going attached, is almost reaching. What kind of life is that one? Where are you learning it from? And believers are under pressure to be copycats. You don't lead being a copycat. Don't follow the multitude. There is a mindset of the multitude. Nobody can succeed in this family. Except me, I will succeed. My family is cursed. I'm not cursed. I'm not. Matthew 22:14. Matthew 22:14. Matthew 22, verse 14. For multitude, many are called, but few are chosen. To be called means you have the potential to succeed, but few succeed. To be called means you look like you will become something. It's for many. The call is for many, but impact is for few. They challenge how you think. But Joshua and Caleb, they are bread to us. If our God be with us and if he pleases him, he will give us these people. But for the rest, they are giants. For the army of Israel, Goliath was a giant. Surely he has come up to defy the army of God. For David, who is this uncircumcised Philistine? Which paradigm, where are you looking from? Which spectrum are you looking from? How are you seeing your problem? You know, I was talking with our couples yesterday. When Adam said, we heard your voice and we hid ourselves because we are naked, the first question God asked them, Who told you? Who told you you were naked? Where is the source of your information coming from? And Hagin said, God said it. I believe it. That settles it. Apostle Joshua Seman said, God said it. I believe it. I act because I believe it. And it settles it. Leaving it alone doesn't settle it. You must take actions in the direction of your belief. After me, I'm among the few. With all humility, you can't mention 7 pastors in Owerri now and not mention my name. With all humility. There is no place I walk into now, at this Pentecostal setting, that you mention my name. I went to see one of the pastors. He called me. He's on all the radio stations in Owerri every day. Wanted me to come and minister. There is a way this year is. I don't think I... He said, Pastor Ifeanyi, you are doing well. Maybe like 7 times you are doing well. Yeah. How old are you? You are doing well. You are doing well. He's somebody, I told him I used to listen to you when I was small. I made up my mind, and I'm still making up my mind to be among the few. I'm going to show you simple things. You make up. So it's not like now. By second service, overflow will jam. Why doesn't he jam in the first service? You wake up early. And it's those few that lead. You go to churches and all fellowships, prayers, fellowship, prayer center, prayer cell, whatever that is prayer, is few people that attend. Night vigil is few. But if you check people that later become pastors, they also come from that prayer team. And those are people that finally lead. It's always about the few. I pray you will rise among the few. Matthew 7, verse 13. Matthew 7, 13. 1 to go. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to what? Many there be which go in. Put it in TPT translation. Verse 13, TPT. Verse 13, TPT. TPT translation. TPT translation. Okay. 1 to go. Enter through the narrow gate, because the wide gate and broad path is the way that leads to nothingness, destruction, mediocrity, average life. Nearly everyone choose that crowded road. Almost everyone. You are graduating, what you are thinking is POS. Nearly everyone. Think out of the box. Think possibility. Nearly everyone. Everybody is wearing short skirts. Don't wear. That's how to rise. Just look for what everybody is doing and make up your mind you will not do it. I always give this example. Everybody is running now. And all of us are running this way. And one person decides to just turn and be running this way. You know, everybody will notice this person. But they will not notice the crowd. They will notice you in that crowd. Take a different route. Verse 14. Verse 14. Matthew 7. Because TPT, you have changed. The narrow gate and the difficult way is to eternal life. So few find it. So he's showing you what makes few to be on that narrow way and what makes the crowd to be on that other side. He said it is difficult. It's difficult to sleep by 12 a.m. and wake up by 4 a.m. It's difficult. It's difficult to go for your 7 a.m., 8 a.m. lecture. It's difficult, but few, the first class students, find it. Choose the difficult part. I've always said to you, if you are hard on yourself, life will be easy for you. If you are easy on yourself, life will be hard on you. This road will challenge you, but it will make you. Not going to be easy, but if you stick to it and pay the price, you'll be glad you did. You choose the easy one, you remain average. They're collecting salary where somebody is collecting profit. Because you are too scared to try your vision. I would have been in the bank by now, counting money and frowning. You're not aware. Most of you, tomorrow night, you start frowning. Go to work, you are angry. It only shows you are doing the wrong work. You can manage it for now, but have an exit plan. Have an exit plan. And when you see someone that has an exit plan, his attitude in that work shows. This person just gets money, he buys shirts, he buys shoes, he buys car. You know he doesn't. Another person gets money, he's not spending it because he's saving it for something. She wants to go and do a master's. He wants to go and do this one. He wants to invest in this business. He wants to start up this one. He doesn't have a long-term plan to stay in the bank for 15 years. You use that hard part. Isaiah 8, verse 12. Isaiah 8, verse 12. Are you learning something? Say ye not what? A confederacy to all them to whom these people shall say a confederacy. Neither fear you what? Their fear. Don't follow the crowd to say it doesn't work. Don't follow the crowd to say nothing works in Owerri. It is working for me. Don't say a confederacy to what they say. Put maybe NLT or so you can understand the word confederacy. Don't call everything a conspiracy like they do. Don't live in a dread of what frightens them. You see cockroach, they want to kill you. Any little thing, you're scared. The only examples you know in your industry are examples of people that tried and failed. You don't see people that tried and succeeded. Are there people failing in ministry? Yes. One time I was telling my wife, Satan wanted to bombard me with fear. Just, you see now, if you want to really have results in ministry, look at this person. His son died. Look at that person. The wife, that pastor, the wife died. Something bad must happen to you. You must pay a price. If I'm looking at my children, I'm not be wondering which one will now die. Bastard devil. I sat on the word and God said to me, one scripture, look unto Abraham thy father and unto Sarah thy body. When I called them alone, I multiplied them and increased them. The Lord will comfort Zion, will comfort all our waste places. You make our wilderness like Eden. So simple, look unto Abraham. So I lifted my eyes to my Abraham lineage. Which one has died in Pastor Victor's house? Which one has died in Pastor Yemi's house? Who died in Bishop Oyedepo's house? Which one failed? Who died in Paul Eneche's house? Which one failed? Satan, stop that nonsense. The blessing of the Lord, he maketh rich and addeth no sorrow. Say not a confederacy to what they say a confederacy to. Don't talk like over a person. Don't think like over a person. You will not agree. Everything just mediocrity. That's why if you talk like them, you will look like them. You think like them, you will look like them. Wake up early. Wake up early. Your mates in Lagos by 3 a.m. are already on the streets making money. By 11 p.m., they're still on the street. Somebody's washing car on go slow. That's hold up. He carries bucket of water and he's washing you wash your car complete before the hold up moves. Collect money. It looks like the greats rise in that city. Why they rise in that city? That there is a culture that brings out greatness. In our city, there is a culture of mediocrity. If you are going to rise in this city, you must borrow the culture of Lagos, borrow the culture of Abuja people, and bring it into Owerri, and it becomes easy for you. So when people talk to me about moving to this one, I say, I like Owerri. There is no competition here. If I reach Lagos, there is so much competition. Everybody is a star. Every street has a mega church with AC, with screen, with everything. Here, it's not like that. It depends on how you see it. The mindset. Everybody who hangs around me that have worked with me or have served as a leader with me know my greatest weakness: excuses. I hate it like I hate cancer. There is nothing you can tell me that cannot work. How can it not? There must be a way to work. Don't give me excuse. Give me results after we can explain. I'm talking nonsense. I couldn't get the car. I was talking to some people that did something. Even though that I was happy that day. How can you use bus to do protocol work? I called this person, he didn't say it's not available. I called this person, say it's not available. So you use bus. Hire jeep. Hire it. Why will you accept mediocrity? Because you can give excuse. Anybody that walks around me, that's what you know. Just know that there is no explanation you will give for not delivering, and it will enter. I must show you 5 ways you would have done it. And that's how I train myself. I don't give excuse. There is no excuse why this church can't grow. No excuse. I'm seeing people sitting in the overflow canopy outside. What I'm just working on my head now is how to not to provoke other people. But whether the crowd will, it will be on Sunday last week, they say we almost had a stampede. The usher said they almost pushed her down and marched on her. Good problem. Why other people are saying youths don't go to church, young people don't go to church? Why don't they go to church? There must be an answer. Once you settle that you can make excuse, your best don't come out. The best don't come out. Once you have a story to tell, my pastor on campus delivered me from excuse. Said good excuse plus failure equal to failure. Oh, pastor, it rained. That's why I didn't go to write jump. Hey, yeah. Sorry. But you still write jump next year. Jump will not give you score because it rained. I don't understand what I'm saying. Your good excuse, but you failed. You still failed. So can't you trash the excuse and succeed? Ezra 10 verse 4. Put it in NLT. Ezra 10 for NLT. Get up, for it is your... Check NIV. One said it is your responsibility. Rise up. This matter is in your hands. I wish you can find a translation that said it is your responsibility. This matter is in your hands. Now get up. Thank you, GNT. It's your responsibility to act. We are behind you. So go ahead and get it done. It is your responsibility to bring your family out of poverty. I've prayed for you. I've anointed you with oil. Now go ahead and act. Act. This matter is in your hand. Whether you will succeed, whether you be average, whether you sit down and watch your mates performing, in your hand. Get up. Get up. I say, prove the crowd wrong. The crowd are going nowhere. Don't follow them. Upgrade your thoughts. Upgrade your thoughts. As a pastor, I made up my mind. I will not be in a pastor's forum where they discuss another pastor. I should be the one being discussed. I should be the one. So I'm here now, we are discussing somebody else. No, that's not where I should be. Great minds discuss ideas. Small minds discuss people. Anybody you see giving to gossip can go far. Can go far. I'm talking about another person. We are talking about someone that is taking action. You are acting. You won't even notice another person. I pray you understand the concept of what I'm teaching this morning. I pray you will not be average in your generation. You will not be average in your industry. Look at what you are called to do now. Look at your own industry. Ask yourself, am I among the first 5 in Owerri? Let me stretch it a little. Am I among the first 10? If you are not, you are failing. If you are not representing Christ. You are the light of the world, a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. The difference between the crowd and the few is their level of competence. And I'm going to be ending in the issue of competence. The difference between the crowd and the few is their level of competence, their capacity, and their capabilities to deliver. More than your looks and your certificates, your level of competence matters. I keep stressing this thing. You won't do hookup till you are 50. Better wake up on time. Somebody, you are preparing now to go for Valentine. What a stupid person. Competence is what makes you able to do or to deliver. Ability to do, ability to deliver. That's what competence is all about. You cannot be more successful than your level of competence. You cannot be more successful than your level of competence. So the question is, what can you do and how well can you do it? What can you do? How well can you do it? How can you be a young man and you can't do anything? I wasn't pastoring. Whatever I was doing, I would have still been making real money. When I did business, I was selling books. The books skyrocketed. From 2005 or 3,000 something, I went to first market with, like less than 6 months, I was going for another market. I had over 180,000 on me to buy books. Bought Ghana Must Go of books. From books, I bought keke. First keke, bought second keke. That's how I married. The keke, 2 people were driving it, giving me 8,000. It was second-hand keke. 8,000 every weekend. So I called my wife. I said, two of us can finish 16,000 in a week. Let's marry. You're not understanding me. We are developing a new policy in this church. You will not marry in this church if you don't source your source of income. People are marrying by faith and suffering girls. Stories I'm hearing, I said, did this ever happen? And some girls are mumu. They're covering somebody's stupidity. Pastor said he didn't have anything when he married. I had competence. I have invested in myself. It was only a matter of time for me to start reaping. It's not like now what I'm doing. You don't know you are my investment. 1 or 2 of you here will have good hearts. In the next 5 years, you will be somewhere that God has so lifted you. You are among the first 5, and you remember it was what pastor. So any other pastor looking at me now and saying, hey, he doesn't have this one. Me and you, we are not in the same level. The seeds I have scattered, you have not scattered it. Just see girl you want to marry. And girl too, you are desperate. They say hi. Hey, hello, hello, hello. Hosea 4 verse 6. Hosea 4 verse 6. Cannot be more successful than your level of competence. Hosea 4 6. Let's read. My people are doomed. Because they do. Give me King James. King James. They are doomed. My people are destroyed. For what? Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject, and thou shalt not be a priest anymore. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy. So are you seeing the source of generational poverty? The ignorance of the fathers become the knowledge of the children. If your father come and tell you now, this church now, I can tell my small boys growing now. I say, you see this building? They say, Daddy, yes. I say, it's our building. Blue Light Church. Us that own the whole building. We are just allowing these people there. And they are growing and I'm growing. And I pass away. And nobody corrected that mentality. You know, they will believe this is their building. God said, because you have rejected knowledge. So what you are going to pass down to your children is ignorance. Because you don't read, your children will not read. So even you and your children, I can't do anything with your children. Ignorance. That's the problem of Uwakwe. So when I look at people like Bishop Edebo, I look at Dr. Paul, I just weep. I look at Samadim, I say, where was our fathers when these men were rising? Just like now, your mates are rising. See how you are just seated. No, I'm doing gambling at this your age. Somebody at some level is thinking now, your mate is doing something to go to Canada to go and study. Somebody is doing something to get a master's, to get a PhD. I'm in my school, this thing, WhatsApp page. Sometimes you see somebody that was your classmate is now a PhD holder. He's doctor in medicine. One is academic doctor. And the other people, they are still calling other people to send them 3,000. So why others are shifting level? What were you doing? Because you have rejected knowledge. Isaiah 5:13 in James. I pray something wakes up on your inside. I pray holy anger rise on your inside. I will not be average. I will not be among the multitude that are failing. You listen to channels, television, they say the masses are suffering. The masses are suffering. I am not among the masses. The masses is the 90% that is failing. In that Nigeria, there are people counting out billions in a month. There are people building houses. Why some people can't eat 1 square meal? There are people that are eating 3 square meal in 1 meal. You don't understand what I'm saying? Don't be among the masses. Isaiah 5. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge. Their honorable men are famished, and they are more. Are you seeing the multitude again? The multitude thing. The crowd don't go for knowledge. Second, third service, the crowd will wake up and come. And that's what I teach in second and third service, not what I teach in first service. First service is for people that are serious-minded. Levels of competence. I'll end with that. The faster you learn, the quicker you earn. So you need to start learning fast. Faster you learn. In your industry, learn. Observe. How is he working? How is he working? Oh, when I go for meetings, that's what I'm looking. How are they doing this thing? Look at what Pastor Jerry, God used him to do in Lagos over the weekend. You're jammed. Look at Pastor George's one, January to please God. There was not one single car inside Gateway compound. Not one. The new facility. Everywhere jammed to the road. I was watching the pictures. I thought all their branches in Port Harcourt gathered in the headquarters. For me to go and check Pastor C's page, Pastor C, them had the same night vigil. They were streaming. And they had overflow in Choba. So their branches were still where they are. These ones are fresh human beings. So what are you talking? We are in the era of multitudes. Why should the church be small? The faster you learn, the faster you earn. Levels of competence. Number one. There are 4 levels of competence. Number 1 level, what we call unconscious incompetence. And that's where a lot of us in the East we are in. That's where a lot of us in Owerri we are in. Unconscious incompetence. Simply means you do not know and you don't even know that you don't know. You don't know and you don't know that you don't know. Or you don't know, but you think you know. That's the sponsor of pride and arrogance. Unconscious incompetence. They have ignorance with arrogance. So they die in the crowd. One promise you must make to yourself this is that I will never deceive myself. What you don't know, tell yourself I don't know it. Unconscious incompetence. They are not conscious that they don't know. Number 2. Number 2. Conscious incompetence. Conscious incompetence. You don't know, but at least you know that you don't know. This is the beginning of knowledge. So you are aware that there is something I need to know that I don't know. So it makes you begin to drive for knowledge. I said, this is you being aware that you don't know. It will make you shut down everything and drive yourself towards knowledge. Isaiah 55, verse 1 to 3. Oh, everyone that tested, come ye to the waters, and he that has no money, come ye, buy, eat, yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. Everyone that tested. When I see thirst and desperation in you, I know you have a future. When I see the way you hunger to know what you don't know, I know you have a future. Thursday night I said to you, or was it Thursday or last Sunday? when I think it was a firstborn service. I said one of the major challenges of firstborns is incompetence and ignorance and what? Indifference. Ignorance is I don't know. Indifference is I don't care. That's the problem of major Owerri people. They don't know and they don't care, they don't know. They don't have and they don't care, they don't have. How can you now, at this your age, you don't have 1 million? At this your age now, you don't have one. What are you doing alive? You are not aware that something. So once that desperation is not there, you don't make progress. There are people that rise, keep saying to themselves, I can't be in this level. Things can't continue like this. Maybe when you go home, you read to verse 3. Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and you labor for that which satisfied not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Verse 3, everybody. Verse 3. Incline your ear, that's listening, and come to me, hear that your soul may live. Incline your ear, listen well. Come and learn, that your soul may live. And I will now make with you an everlasting covenant. What we call the sure mercies of David is for the desperate. They will not fail. They will not be discouraged. That's the sure mercies of David. God, I will not fail. Is a vow. Be alive till Jesus come. There is no facility we enter that will not jam it. There is no facility under heaven. If you build 5,000, it's a matter of few months the overflow will start. There is no facility we enter. It's a vow. Pastor Paul Eneche shared it with us one time. I was still a young person growing up. When I think of those journeys, how old I was, Bishop Edebo said, I'm not surprised at where we are. I would have been surprised if you were not there. At your age, I have made some journeys, night journeys, just to go and learn. Sit down outside, mosquito biting me, sleeping on the chair. I don't know anybody in Abuja, but I want to find knowledge. And he said, any hall. He said, you are not under compulsion to build a 50,000 capacity church. You are not under compulsion to build a 100,000 capacity church. But you are under obligation to fill any hall you take. For everywhere Jesus entered, the crowd was still the outside. So if you take 50 hall, fill it. If you take a hall of 200, jam it. If you take 5,000, whatever made you to enter there, jam it. That's my mindset. That's my mindset. How can you do business? Nobody's buying from you. And you're normal. Conscious incompetence shows in the books that you read. It shows in how you sleep. Shows in how you sacrifice. By now, the level of result you have, is it what you should be having? Tell yourself the truth now. 5 years after marriage, I still can't pay house rent. I told my wife when we were married, I said, you see Bishop Edebo's wife? I said, there is nobody she is envying to be like. There is no woman in this world she wants to be like. I said, that will be your order. At least in this city now, there is nowhere my wife will enter. And they say, this must be Ifeanyi's wife, and they will not honor her. It's a fight. Why would somebody change her surname, her useful surname, to answer your useless surname? Because you paid only bride price. And destiny price you couldn't pay. Get angry. Get angry. Is how there is a way the conscious minority think. There is a way the few think. Then I wonder what is making them angry. It's a mentality. While other people were still discussing with Goliath, David ran after Goliath. You can't be talking and be alive. Go down. You have analyzed your family problem too much. Act this year. This level of result I have, is it what I should have? The answer is no. So what is it that I should know that I don't know? Which book should I start reading? Why should I be sleeping till 2 a.m. at this level of result? Wake up and look at your wife lying down and have pity on her. No, this mosquito can't be biting you like this. No, we can't be treating malaria every 3 months. We can pack into a house where mosquito cannot near. You understanding? Have 24 hours life. You have your AC. It doesn't near it. By now, you don't know. Don't know how to get results at this level. Bad. Shouldn't you know that by now you are not getting better? Shouldn't you know that the result is not getting better? Intentionality is the secret of greatness. Greatness don't happen by accident. Intentionality. There are things as a church we started doing intentionally this year. You could see our media has shifted. There were intentional steps taken towards media. There were intentional steps taken towards myself. If you see me preach anywhere, just know that God sent me there. This year is not for looking for posters. Pastor preach there, pastor preach there. You are busy here and there, and your own assignment is keep. For once, settle down and niche down, focus down. Somebody put up a picture and say, see my pastor's face when he's looking for knowledge. And that's my face. If you see me when somebody that is talking what I need to hear is talking, my spirit, soul, and body goes out for the person. We are too casual to succeed. You take life too easy. Since last year, has your value increased? You know, there are lands, they say the value has appreciated. Maybe because when you bought it, it was a bush. Now, Winners Chapel have come to that side. They want to build their university. So all the land in that side appreciates. What have you put into your life that has appreciated you this year? Is it the same you of last year? So how do you want to earn more? The same things. You have not read any book this month. You have not fasted. You have not prayed. You have not dropped any sacrifice. How do you shift? Look at your life now. If you will fail, you will know. You tell yourself the truth. I told my wife that. I've told you the story before. I called her. I said, you are a great girl. I've discussed with you. I can see you won't die small. I said, but what I'm doing to myself, even if you don't marry me, I won't still be small. Can you talk like that? I said, what I've done to myself and what I'm doing to myself, I may not have money now, but I know I won't be small. Is there anything you are doing to yourself that you are confident of that this God cannot forget? I don't want to pastor average people. I don't. Greatness is not by accident. Nobody succeeds by accident. Nobody. Anybody, look at everybody's story that is on the top. Listen to them. You will see a level of intentionality in the steps they were taking. Number 3. Unconscious competence. And some of us are there already. Unconscious competence. You are doing something right and things are working. But unfortunately, you don't know what is working. You have results here and there. But if they ask you the secret of the result, you can't really say, this is what I did. So because of that, you don't know what to double down on. You don't know what to, okay, let me give my energy here. This result I saw in 2024, this was what brought it. So if I do this thing more, I will get more results. It's just like when they don't teach you properly in spiritual intelligence and you have something. So because you had an attack, you use communion, the blood of Jesus. You stand praise and worship in the night. You gave sacrifice. You did all manner of things, and finally it went. The challenge with that technology is that if that thing come back again, you don't know the exact one that dealt with it. You don't know, is it communion? Is it midnight prayer? Is it speaking in tongues? Is it prayer? Is it praise? But when you have mastered it, you know that this one is blood that answers. You are getting results, but you need to settle down and analyze your life. Why is this result coming? They asked me yesterday in a meeting, why are people coming to True Light? I say it's simple. People want to know the truth. Makes me to lie down in green pasture. Part of our church growth is word-based. People come in, they get knowledge, their minds are challenged, and they know they have found their pastor. Number 2 is character. You know I'm not playing games. I say it everywhere. If I've kissed you in your, even in the dream, you saw me in your dream kissing you, stand up. In the dream. Satan can't even use my face to check you in the dream. I'm too angry for nonsense. For your own. Valentine, you have lined up three trips. 7 to 9, I'll be in Amakoya. 11:30 to 2 p.m., I'll be in World Bank. Then I'll go for all night in Omaya. Don't be an accidental successful person. Got unconscious competence. Unconscious competence. Like you are a by chance person. It just happens by chance. No. If you watch football a lot, sometimes you get penalty 1 minute to the end of the match. You don't give it to any kind of person. They know, give it to C. Ronaldo. Give it to Messi. That's not the time to do try your luck. We need to score. So we need to give it to somebody that knows how to score. Don't be an accidental person. Everyone should have a personal password to success. What is your password to success? You should know what to press and the door of success open. Take me out of this True Light now. Put me in Abuja now. Give me my wife. Give me Bible. Abayanaga. We will grow another church. I know what it takes to route a city. I have seen the technology. It happened in Nimsu. We are here now. It's happening. In Nimsu, we ran 2 services. We started it. People sat outside in Nimsu. You put chair outside. What are you talking? Do you have the password? If I give you my phone to open, there is a password. That's how it is. If they move you from media and put you in choir, you know what to do to transform choir. They move you from choir, put you in ushering head. You know you have the password to success. There is a password to church growth. There is a password to financial increase. I made up my mind to do some financial things this year. And I told my wife, look at how far we have gone this year. She said, he's not surprised. It's just that you don't have a plan for your finance all this while. Now you have decided to do this. Look at what is happening. People that have financial results, that is what they know. You think they are stingy. They are not stingy. It's that shrewdness that brought the wealth. Finally. Are you learning something? I hope you know I'm not angry with you. I'm only angry with your state. I don't like your level. I come to your office. It's fan, they tied with rope. I want to come to your office. There is AC. Everywhere it's calm, cool, cozy. I went to see a father in the land. I was sweating. And it was his counseling day. And crowd was outside. And they positioned one small fan to be facing him. I say, God. God. Oh. If you come for counseling nowadays, my AC is on. I pay for fuel myself. I have value for myself. I'm talking to human beings. Their problem alone is already giving me headache. Put AC, chill yourself. Have value. So in your office, the same thing. Decorate your office, make it so fine that when people walk in there, if you tell them it's 3 million, they understand. Why you pay for some things higher in all those restaurants is not, and buy it cheaper on the road. Part of what you are paying for is for the person that opened the door for you. It's for the person that is mobbing. It's for the AC inside. That's why the price was increased. And you don't argue it. Finally, have I given you the last point? Number 4 is conscious competence. Conscious competence simply means you are doing what works and you know why it works. So you keep updating and upgrading yourself to keep doing it again and again. You are doing what works, you know why it works. So you keep updating and upgrading yourself to keep doing it again and again. It is the mastery of life. You have mastered life. You have mastered results. Knowing what works and doing what works constantly is a way to keep rising. No assumptions. Know what works. In relationship, know what works. For example, if you are here now, you don't know that having sex with somebody doesn't work, then you must be a mumu. Check your history of heartbreak. When did it happen? After you slept with a person. A man is a pursuer until he gets what he's pursuing. He doesn't rest. So the only way to get him to rest is to allow him to get what he's pursuing after he has met God on the altar with you. It is ring that can tie a man down. Outside that, go chop clean mouth waka. Is you there crying? People now know that God doesn't punish them. Know what works. You don't keep a relationship down with sex. It doesn't work. Anyway, in the third service, we'll deal with some of those. Will I deal with that today? I don't think I'll deal with that today, but we'll talk about relationship in the third service. Is that fine? The way I'm not saying yes, it means you don't even know what works. It's knowledge that makes relationship work now. That's what you know, you marry early. When I look at my wife now, sometimes I just laugh. I now look at that picture. One small girl, who to Shapagram guy in that time. So I'm just wondering, I'm not saying you should fix wedding. I'm not saying you should not fix wedding. But just now, I will not be here forever waiting for you if you are not serious, if you don't have a plan. You now, you are wearing engagement ring 7 years. I said, I understand. He's trying. Lord of the Rings. He didn't give me chance. So if you're not fixing dates, let me know. Hey. I say October. In my mind, I need to not work. I said October. So we sat down and started drawing marriage lists. By the time we got to July or August, they are far. I say, you can see how far now. They were not intentional about it. Say, okay, we need to start doing this one. I said, okay, let's shift it to March. And by March, he walked. Why? She didn't give me a chance to play around. She didn't make me so relaxed. You have me now. Don't worry, I am here for you forever. Why am I teaching relationship now? Somebody say conscious competence. So the few that I talked about when I started, those few are people that are conscious of their competence. Psalm 82, verse 5 to 6. Psalm 82, verse 5 to 6. Have you learned something this morning? They know not, Psalm 82, they know not unconscious competence. Neither will they understand. So they walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. What is it they don't know? I have said. So the conscious competence people are addicted learners. That's all I want to say to you. Please pay any price this year to improve your mind. Vow to yourself that a month will not pass and you didn't read a book. I'm not saying listening to a message. There is something reading does to your mind. Train yourself to read. Train yourself to finish a book. Proverbs 24 verse 5. A wise man is strong. Yea, a man of knowledge increases. So that you are strong now, and I keep gymming. As long as I keep gymming, two of us are at 100 kg before, but you just maintain your 100 kg, but I kept pressing. The next time you meet me, I can be carrying 130 kg. But even though you are strong, me that continued learning, I am stronger than you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Most of you started reading, but you stopped. Don't stop. We have not arrived. Close your eyes. Talk to him.